research question like how the community forestry user group contributing to women empowerment at the community level. So let's start with the empowerment. For the empowerment, all these essential elements is considered as a woman empowerment, and whereas the woman will be empowered, the concept is woman will be empowered if she will get the access to socially empower, economically empower, emotionally, politically, legally, and educationally. To combine all these essential elements, I have 4 major indicators to measure the women empowerment at community level. That is the power and decision making, assets, needs, priorities, and preference of women, roles and responsibility. To support these 4 major indicators, I have a 13 sub-indicator question to answer and collect the data from the field. That is developed by the government of Nepal in the context of local community context of Nepal in gender analysis tools of LAPA document. And this is the study sites where I have conducted my research. I have chosen 4 communities forestry user group to conduct my research. The criteria to choose the community forestry is forest management status, financial status of community forestry, availability of forest resources, and infrastructure development at that community, and composition of executive committee. So these are the women indicators, women empowerment indicators that I have been used to measure the women empowerment at the study sites, where I'm using the different survey tools to collect my data, group work with including women, induction workshop, and focus group discussion, and including household survey with the questionnaires. So these are the results based on the questionnaires. In my research, out of the total, 49% women were participated in questionnaire survey. The first figure is showing women participation in different forestry activities, whereas total figure showing the least presentation of women in benefit sharing and decision making forum, whereas the higher participation of women in plantation, which is considered as a non-skilled labor work. And the second figure showing the women's involvement in different groups other than the community forestry user group. They have been actively involved in the mother group, saving and credit, youth group, and women groups as well. So these are some activities that community forestry user group have been conducted in the community to improve the livelihood of local community with enhancing biodiversity in line with the sustainable resource management. So here the vegetable farming, goat farming, poultry, and the revolving fund is the very common in all 4 communities. In these activities, I cluster at the women focus activities and general, whereas I found the total women focus activities is more than the general activities that I found in the study site. So these are some samples and role models from 4 different community who is representing, who is empowered through the community forestry user groups. First lady is from one of the communities. She got the leadership training and now she become a trainer to motivate and empower local women in forest management activities. And second one is women are involving in strengthening traditional skills. And third one is the 3-wheeler driver who got the training and certificate license from the community forestry user group. So now it's time to show my women empowerment indicators status in different community, whereas you can see this is the 2 radar graph from the past and present comparison. If you see the past radar graph, you can see all the indicator value is below than 60%. The present graph is showing all the indicator values more than 60%. Even you can see the sub-indicator question 2, 9, 12, and 13 is drastically changed in compared to the past. So there is a Nepalese government is promoting women participation and inclusive development strategy and making the policy is more gender friendly. And so one of the example is forestry sector, because in forestry sector is There is a gender-friendly policy. We can see there is a mandatory of 50% women participation in community forestry user group, and women should be in a vital post with a major roles and responsibility. And even another strategy is CFUG's 25% budget should be allocated for the women empowerment. And the other one is women signatory is mandatory to conduct the fund of CFUGs. So these are the key findings based on my results and field survey. We asked community, the studies in my study side, community largely relies on the women for the agriculture and forest management activities, where women are doing their great job and they are capable, but they need more capacity building training, they need more information and education. Even they are facing lots of socio-cultural cultural norms, cultural barriers, and workload to go out of the home to participate in a meeting in community forestry, and they have a lack of education and they have lack of education and information. And women are also biased because of her ethnicity and religion and because of her caste. And these are the gaps that I found during the use of the framework of my indicators, because the indicator framework, women empowerment indicator framework, doesn't mention about the social cultural disparity and workload, equitable distribution, women's education status, and control rights over use of their own income, and etc. And based on these results, key gaps, and key findings, I have some conclusion. Yes, there is no doubt community forestry is contributing for women empowerment through different skill development training, through the different leadership training, and providing the income generating activities to make a woman financially independent. And I want to end up my slides with the greatest statement that I resemble in this research by Radha Wagesi, the first joint secretary woman in Nepal in forestry sector, who is working under Ministry of Forest and Environment of Nepal. She said that if you want to protect forests, then engage more women. But I want to add some other things, like if you want to women empowerment, then improve and strengthen community forest management system of your nation. Thank you.